That's what I thought. Hey everybody, welcome to Kats Creations private group on Sunday, last day of May for 2020, so May 31st. I thought that we would go ahead and do the farmer's market blueberry because blueberry season is at the very beginning of summer, and even though the first day of the summer season doesn't officially start until I think it's June 21st or June 22nd, it's good to kind of get a jump start. So we're gonna finish this one up, and then I am officially done with all the patriotic stuff for the season. So one of the things that I think we kind of have gotten away from with all the stuff with the pandemic and things kind of being put at a standstill is kind of knowing when to make certain things for the season. Because everything just kind of stopped for 2 months, and so it kind of threw people off. So when I was looking at the wreath maker's calendar, which kind of gives you a precursor of like what you should start to be moving towards, is we're supposed to be finishing up, believe it or not, any back to school, graduation wreaths, Father's Day wreaths, patriotic should have already been completed by now, and starting in June, it's like kind of phasing out June. We're supposed to be just barely dabbling in Halloween, and then slowly a little bit of fall, and then, believe it or not, a little bit of Christmas. So we're going to start to see that transition take place, and hopefully it'll work out to our advantage. So I want to welcome you guys if you're joining me. Is anyone there? Hi, Alec. Hi, Lev. So I got that in. That is my daily call with Gail. I get that every day when I call her. So it's a competition between them and me.
Yeah, that's fine. So Kathy Snawa. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Jennifer. Stella. Marisol or Marcy. Audrey. Peggy. Deanna. Mustachio. Hi, Deanna. It's been a while.
I know. It has been a while.
Welcome back. Wilhelmine. Hi, Wilhelmine. Gail, of course. Patricia says hi, everybody from Bay City, Michigan. Carol, she says from Oklahoma. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Nancy Mann Hallstrom and Nancy Kornichuk. Hi, Nancy. And Gail said, LOL. Hi, Kat.
Oh. Okay. So this is the sign that we're using. You can get this at the wreath shop if they still have it available. I want to say it's about $6.95. The reason why I like these ones is because they're really made out of really good, super thick metal. So these are great for being outside in the weather. So when I was putting together my design choice today for this, when you look at this, there's tons of different ways you can go. You can go blues, you can go tans, you can go whites, you can add pops of black in here. And so mine was the color choice with blue, like how dark of a blue should you go? Should you go light blue, dark blue, medium blue? And when I took this burlap blue, it's actually pretty close to the blue that's right in here. So it's in that shade palette. And so I figured I'm just going to keep it super simple. I knew that the whole base I wanted to be blue so that the sign pops a little bit more. And then we're going to come in and we're going to accent it with the greens, the sage or moss greens, and then some of the blue. So that's the color palette. The 10-inch deco mesh, this is the jute burlap mesh. This came from, I want to say, the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet. This is a thinner type of deco mesh, so all we're going to do is just do ruffles. I like this because it's super soft. So we're going to ruffle the whole thing. We'll add a bow, we'll add our sign, we'll add our ribbons, and then we're also going to add in some blueberries. So these are the blueberries that I got at Shinoda. So we're going to break these up and kind of put these in clusters around the sign. I did bring out some blue florals just in case we wanted to incorporate more blue. May not need them, but you just never know, so I always bring out more than enough. The 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame is standard setup, the way that we do it every single week. So I didn't feel that there was a need for us to go back and revisit this again. It's just 3 pipe cleaners per section, 2 to the outer side in between each section, and then we do the one where we rail, twist tie or gather together, what is it, rail 1 and 2, and then tie 3 and 4 together, and you do that all the way around. For me, it's just color coding, just because it makes it look pretty for me. Sometimes I have a method to it, in which case I might have 3 different colors mesh, and these help me with the colors. Today, it's nothing but it goes with the sign and everything else we're using.
Yeah, Wilhelmine said that mesh is fabulous. Fabulous.
It is. It's super nice. So,
Craft outlet?
a craft outlet or the wreath shop. Actually, what I wanted was just the blue without the white in it, and I only had like half of a roll, so not enough to do what I wanted. So I figured we'll just do it this way and see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and start ruffling these, and you guys can feel free to ask any questions about anything. So these are cut to 20-inch pieces. This way 18 pieces at 20 inches each uses up an entire roll of your deco mesh or burlap mesh, which makes for a really nice no waste project, so there's nothing left over.
Hi gals, just joining.
I will put the materials list together. I already have it down on my notebook, so I'll try to get that out today. I'm trying to think of what else. I have some signs to show you that I ordered from Personally Yours, and that's from Lee. She subsequently has moved her Etsy shop off of Etsy. She's closed her Etsy shop, and so now she's running it on her website only. So I think it's PLY wreaths and signs or something.
It's not personally yours.
No, Gail, can you do me a favor and write the name of the website? Because I can't remember what it was. At first we were looking for, like, we were trying to find it, personallyyours.com, and that didn't come up, and I think it's like PLY signs or something like that, recentsigns.com. It's a weird website. So that's going to be a challenge to brand, but I can't wait to show you some of the signs I found on her website.
Hi Beverly, hi Deborah, hi Karen, hi Lynn, hi Karen.
So I think this will make for a nice light blueberry color. I've been wanting to do a blueberry wreath forever. It was just the point of finding blueberries that look like blueberries and not just like, I don't know, like beaded picks that were painted blue, and I think that was the consensus we were going to go with, right? If we couldn't find blueberries at Shinoda, we were just going to do blue ball picks, like little picks with balls on them.
These look great.
Yeah. So.
Nancy, yeah, just PM Kat. She asked you if it's possible for you to make another marine wreath.
Marine wreath.
Marines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I just got the sign in. So I happen to have the sign. So we're good. Yeah, I need to do that. I don't know why. I think for some reason, I think the whole pandemic thing is just throwing everybody off. It's like we don't know what to do with ourselves anymore. Now that stuff's starting to reopen, I mean, here in California, it's still challenging because while our Hobby Lobby is open, it's only 100 people allowed in at a time. So they do it like as people come out, then you're allowed to go in. But it's just a whole different atmosphere while you're in there now. I almost feel like we're not supposed to be in there, is what it feels like.
Joe says, I really like how these ruffles look, I think. What'd you say? It is poly burlap mesh, right?
No, it's just burlap mesh.
No, it's not burlap.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
poly, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Wow, burlap mesh, okay.
Just so you guys can all see, it's burlap mesh. So, yeah, that's what it is.
It feels like poly.
No, it's polyester, but not, yeah, this is burlap.
Audrey said PLY wreath wreathssigns.com.
See, that's weird. That's going to be hard for people to remember off the top of their head.
Maybe is it PLS or
No, it's PLY.
PLY wreathsigns.com? Because there's two S's together.
I don't. Okay, you're gonna go look. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So, and that's one of the things you have to be careful about when branding yourself or changing your name and starting a website is, you know, how hard is it going to be for people to remember you and come back? I think I actually kept her card because I was like, I'm not going to remember the name of her shop. It was easy before.
Yeah.
You did? Okay, cool. And now it seems like everybody's making signs, which is great, because now we have so much variety to pick from.
Yeah, there's not two S's in it. So it's PLY wreathsigns.com.
Wreath sign.
Wreath signs.
That's weird. Okay. That's going to take some getting used to. But I like all her choices. So I'll show you what I picked out. And then sadly, understanding sizes, because I'm thinking 8 by 12 sounds like a reasonably decent size sign. And then when I actually got them and pulled them out of the box and looked, I was like, okay, these are way too big. So we will downsize those to a 6 by 10. I think is a little nicer to work with on a rectangular. So I'll show you. I'm liking the way that this is coming out so far. I like the softer blue. So I think I'm going to be ordering more of this because I see this for really soft nautical. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I think I have ribbon that is white and this color blue. I want to say from Joann's. So I'd like to put together some more beach wreaths.
Oh, that's good. Wilhelmine said she just typed it in. I'm guessing she Googled it. She just typed in personally yours, and her website came up. So that's good.
That's really good. So she's probably
added a tag.
Yeah, added something or did Google. Yeah, something in Google Ads where it pops up. Because it was so easy before, but I don't know. And as part of my homework this morning, I went researching blueberry wreaths. There's really not that many when you do a Google search on them. There's a handful of people who have the exact same sign, whether they did it on a grapevine or a deco mesh. Some have variations of it. Some people just have, I think when you do a Google or Pinterest search, it's like it looks for blue wreaths or blue with berry wreaths. It is not coming up a true blueberry wreath. And the reason why I do that is to look at what colors have someone else played with. What does it look like if somebody put it on a white background, if that was their choice? What does it look like if somebody put it on a dark blue, which someone did. They went with a really dark navy. I kind of didn't like the way that it looked. So for me, it helps because I can kind of get a visual beforehand and kind of pick and choose things I like.
I think that's a great color match.
This
Because it matches the
market part.
perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Debbie said, hey guys, I finally got the time to watch you live instead of replay. So hi Debbie.
Hi Debbie, thanks for joining.
And then Deborah said, where'd you get the mesh? Blue is hard to find these days.
This blue, it either came from the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet. I think for the last couple months, because Craft Outlet has had their online, over the weekend, which is generally when I get ready to place orders, it's been disabled. So I've been going through the Wreath Shop. So this is either available on the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet. So it's got a pretty weird SKU number. I think it starts with like QB. So for me, when the beginning of the SKU letter or item number starts with a Q, is it a Q? Oh, XB. So this one's XB 96410-05. So XB 96410-05. When they start with XB, it's going to be thinner. So anytime I look at a deco mesh, regardless of what it says, I know automatically it's going to be thin. So it's either going to be, I need to use a lot of it to cover, which in this case 20-inch ruffles is more than enough to cover. Or if you were going to do cruffles, you're going to need 2.5. So it just depends on what method you're going to use. And I think we have 3 to go, and then we're done with the base. And I'm trying to break away from the cruffles, even though I like it. I'm starting to see like the same wreath being built time after time, and all we're doing is either changing out deco mesh, colors of ribbon, sign, bow, no bow. So I just thought we would do ruffles since this is the beginner technique, but it looks so nice. It's also really good to do for beach wreaths because it kind of looks like waves. You can tell these are towards the very end of my roll. And our Hobby Lobby just started yesterday putting out all their fall stuff. So I will be going over there and picking up my fall picks a handful at a time because they have really nice ones. But if I wait to where it's closer to fall, all the good ones will already be picked out, no pun intended. There won't be anything left.
Pat asked, I didn't get that part number. When it starts with what, it's thin? Remember you talking about?
XB.
Yeah, so Pat, when it starts with XB, it's thin.
Yeah, did you want to put that item number in the comment?
Sure.
It's XB
XB
964 10 05 dash 05.
Oh,
Dash 05. Yeah, and then that's this particular deco mesh. So this one you cannot cut with a wood burning tool. This one you have to use your rotary cutter. So you're gonna see, like here, you're gonna see all the frays now start to kind of be everywhere. And this is normal when doing a burlap mesh. So either do a cruffle and contain those edges to keep this from happening, or just spray your wreath once it's done with the E6000 adhesive spray. It doesn't leave it sticky, it doesn't leave it stiff, but it'll kind of help prevent some of those fibers from still coming off. Okay, yay, look at how nice that looks. Colors are good. It popped this, which is what I wanted it to do, not match the blueberries, because those are a little too dark. So let's go ahead and put a bow on this. So, okay, ribbon choices of the day will be, I think we're gonna go with this, and then we're gonna, I'm looking at the color choices I have. And I have one sits under here, I always forget this one. This is the blue that I liked. So we'll be doing the green. I'm trying to do this green, break it up with the solid green. Still kind of picking these. I think I want this to be the very end. So I think it's gonna have to be like this. I think like that. Although I have this blue stripe, which we might put this in here instead, just to break up all the gingham. And this we will not be using as tails. I don't have enough of it, so we're just gonna be using the solid sage green. But I think like that would work. What do you guys think? green, blue, green, blue. Yeah. Because I'm like, we need something at the end that kind of pops. I would rather it have been the blue though, not the green. Unless we move it and go blue, green, then we could go blue, then green. Nope, then we're still back to green. Why is that happening that way? But it didn't work the other way. Maybe it's just me. Huh?
Did you skip one back there?
Maybe it's just like this. And then we'll do this on the outside. I think that's what it'll work. So I try to pick this out ahead of schedule. And because then it helps me to not stop and think about, okay, which one am I going to do next? Which one am I going to do next after that? So I'm trying to think. Craft outlet. This was actually fall from last year at Hobby Lobby, but you can get this color at Craft Outlet. This was the 50-yard rolls from Crinkle Designs. This was Craft Outlet, and then this blue is Craft Outlet as well. So Craft Outlet, pretty much for the win. So we'll dovetail, which is wired edges together. And we will just cut from the fold to our point, and we're going to do 10 inches. I'm just going to do the standard formula for this particular bow because I know what size bow it will make with all these measurements. So we're doing 10-inch tail, 5.5-inch loop. That one's going to 6. There we go. 5.5. And with using the bow dabber, remember it's always going to be about the twist. You twist it, and then you put it back in the wreath, or back in the bow dabber. And then back out to 20. So this will be nice because the green's going to sit on top of the blue. Just like this. This one is finished. What I need to start doing is when I have barely any ribbon left is either reorder the spool or just finish this or toss this because I'm only going to get maybe 2. I might get another, what is it? This might be about 26 inches of ribbon left on here. It's almost, it takes up space because I'll look at this and go, oh, there's not enough, and just kind of throw it back in my ribbon rack. So rather than waste that valuable real estate space, I should just either reorder it or toss the remainder because it's no point keeping it in there. Because I keep doing that with a lot of ribbon rolls. There's just not much on there. Now it's okay to keep it if you have another roll of it, because then you'll just use those, you'll use up what's on there and then open your new roll. I don't want this one.
Or you could maybe just add 2 more tails to your bow.
You could. I'm going to make this one a deeper V just because the ribbon's so wide. So this one's 9.5 inches. And then this is going to be a 5-inch loop. Just like that. For some reason, when I look at blue gingham, I automatically think Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I always do.
Because her dress is that.
Yeah, because of her dress. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that looks so pretty. That would look pretty in a blueberry wreath. So now I can use this one. And 2.5-inch gingham is hard to find. So we'll go deeper. If you want deeper V's, just bring it down, but always make sure your scissors are going up to that point. So then you can have a deeper V. What have you guys been working on? You guys are quiet today. Yeah, then we're going green. This is almost like it's been in our house for a while. Just quiet.
Mm-hmm.
There's 9 inches. So I like these sage and the blue together. And then these are going to be 4.5 inch loops. And it's sticking.
Hi Diana, Diana Schmitz is new member for the private group.
Welcome, Diana. Is this the first time you're joining our private group?
For the live.
For the live? Sometimes it's hard for people to remember in the private group, like they automatically think it's going to be back on the main page. But just remember, Sundays and Mondays at 5 will always be in the private group. Unless I tell you ahead of time, or unless I do a quick little note, like we're having problems, we have software issues, we can't get the live up and working, but we're trying. And then we'll let you know either A, it'll be rescheduled, or just give us a minute, which is what happened Friday. Software update for the Mevo.
Yep. Yeah, Jean said I used ends of ribbon for a half bow, ribbons on Deborah, and mixed smaller dice of leftover ribbon.
That's good too.
And, Julie said, welcome Diana, you've come to a great group. You also finishing up a wreath, and now I need to clean up my workspace.
I can't wait to see it.
William said, did a lot of driving today, kind of beat. Well, hope you get to rest after this. Kathy said, Renus and I did a patriotic wreath, all flowers on a modified UITC board.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's interesting.
You have to post it.
Yeah, I'd like to see photos.
And hi, Jean.
So these are the same. These are 8.5 inch tails, and it's the same 4.5 inch loops. So we did the 2 solids the exact same size. So I'm trying to throw all these over here so they're far enough away that they're not.
Cheryl Sloan said I've been making a burlap sunflower.
Okay.
I was experimenting with making a center out of styrofoam, center covered with small styrofoam beads, and then painted it. Just took a break from it to watch tonight.
Oh, I can't wait to see that either. I like seeing what you guys create. Sometimes you guys inspire me. I was like, sometimes you'll just think of color combinations I wouldn't have thought to put together, and they look amazing. And this one's going to be 8-inch tail with 4-inch loops. So I'm just kind of playing with you can tell the sage greens and tan.
Hi Jean Bunker and hi Lynn, and then Beverly Prox are making patriotic wreaths for orders. Awesome. Nice. Getting orders.
Yes. That's what we should have done today that I never even thought of. We should have went over to the new farmer's market that opened at the Town's End. And I think we're just trying to stay inside.
Carol says she's working on burlap wreaths.
Nice. Again, see, there's another challenge. It's like I need to get out there and do another burlap wreath. I have it all. I have lots of rolls of it. Yeah, but like burlap. Yeah. Haven't done that for a while. And this one's almost done too. I think this is the last of my mesh green and tan. So, and this was this was like $2.95 a roll, so it's like 10 cents a foot by the time you factor in your costs. And so we'll finish with a nice pattern. So this will be the blueberry stripe. So let's put a deep V in this one. And then this will be 7.5. And a 3.5 inch loop. So we'll make sure. And right here. 3.5.
Jean Jordan said, love burlap. Yep.
Burlap is nice to work with. Make sure though that you're wearing a mask if you're working with burlap, because that's the one that the fibers can get in and cause you respiratory issues with your lungs. Burlap, that's kind of like a fake burlap. It's like, feels like burlap, but it isn't really burlap. So this one is finished. The pipe cleaner, I think we will do. Where did I move my pipe cleaners to? Over there. Blue. So it'll be easy to find. And then we'll fluff it on the board. We'll go ahead and do this. And pull this all the way through. So nice when it stacks in nicely. 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's that. Let's put this over here. And here is my homemade fluff board, if you can call it a fluff board. Let's do it to this side. So I'm just going to use a C-hook, and I'm going to push this right in to my ribbon bundle, just like so. And we are going to begin the fluffing process. So whatever direction you pull your tails and your loops, they're going to go opposite on each side. So we want tail and loop. So some of these are, actually we're doing green, not blue. So it doesn't matter. Here's the one previous. So let's do this one underneath. It was green and then blue. So pull those apart. Now we're gonna have to do these opposites. So here's the green, here's our loop. Make sure they stay opposite. And then the same thing with our blue. We're gonna pull the tail this way. So we have tails together. And then here's our loop on the other side of the green. So what you should get for your base 2.5 is like loop, loop, tail, tail, loop, loop, tail, tail, and they should be alternating colors. That's how, if you've laid it out right, it should be correct. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the top. Well, knowing that we're gonna keep the colors the same, it's either blue or greens, I'm gonna break this up and I'm gonna cause this to go in the opposite direction. It's kind of paired with this blue. So if I do it on this side, I have to do the opposites on this side. So we're gonna start pulling those around. And then here's our blue. So it's gonna go here. And then here. I'm just pulling them all over. And then here's our green. I'm just doing them opposite. I could have pulled it. It didn't matter if I did it here or here. I'm just going with whatever colors I like. Just remember, when you get to the other side, you've got to go opposites. Like this. And then our blue.
Hi Faith, hi Libby, Carrie, Yuli, Ann, Teresa, and Judy.
Welcome, ladies. Thanks for joining. This one, for some reason, this loop seems way big. So when it does stuff like that, you can do this and just readjust your loops.
Hi Ann, Teresa.
That one just looked way too big. And so now we're gonna fluff and rearrange everything. Opening up all of our loops, so they're not still closed. Let's put the arcs back in those faux, or the tails, so that they'll lay right. Open this side up. we go. And there is our bow. So we're gonna separate those ones. And there we have it. There's our blueberry bow. So we're gonna take this off the cut hook, just like that. It just makes it easier to show you how to fluff a bow on my board. Because you guys know for so long I used to do it on the wreath. And because we know the sign, it's a 12-inch round, is going to take up so much space. I'm going to go ahead and take off my inner pipe cleaners, which I should have done while I was doing it. But I think if you get into a habit of doing that, and then maybe you come up with a design that you need these pipe cleaners and you cut them, then you're like, wow, that's habit. So I just cut them off, and then I just push them back down towards the center of our wreath form. 2. And I just make sure they're on there fairly good. Wants to grab onto our bow and take it for a ride. 2. Okay. Off. Push that down.
Sue said very pretty. Thank you, Sue.
See, I can see this as a lake. I can see this as a beach. I can see it as a nautical. And a lot of times that's what I'll be doing when I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I should use this. I have another roll of this. So that's why I'm like, that would be really nice as a really super soft nautical. I think I got them all. Yes, I did. Okay, so now you've got to look at your base and decide where do you have like some flat spots, like maybe right here, maybe right here, here, like where it's not as fluffy. Probably because I've already pulled those up to put our, when I was cutting the pipe cleaners. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to grab my pipe cleaners at the bottom.
Jean Bunker asked, do you have any pipe cleaners in stock? I don't think you do, right? But those are from Cranial Designs?
Sims Pottery.
Those are from Sims Pottery.
Sims Pottery is the only one. I don't, and it's sad, I don't even know if Sims Pottery has them anymore. That's where I got mine from. That was like the only place that I saw pop up, and it was weird. I was just happened to be browsing their website. It was the first time I ordered from them, and they popped up in a new item. And so I was like, oh, I've been looking for these. Even when I did a search, I didn't find it on Sims Pottery's website. So they may be out. So I'm just kind of moving these around, because right here where these 3 or 4 bows are is where I'm going to put my sign. I'm trying to keep my tails off to the side and the back so that it doesn't impact our sign. So we can look at placement. We could do one right over the top, which we haven't done in a long time. But then it covers the farmer's part. That's the downside. This one has a lot of words on it. We could, this one always looks odd when you move it to the left or to the bottom. So I'm always doing, where do I want to put my sign? I think I want it right about here. Kind of off center, more towards the side. And then I'll be using these bows to kind of frame, but not completely cover the words. So I need to put, you'll probably use this one and this one for pipe cleaners, because this one already comes with the holes already attached. So let's go ahead and do this one. And then we'll do another one over here. So I'm trying to keep it right where I want it to be, even though I'm moving it all over the place right now. And then, let's see, what I like to do is try to keep some of the ruffles out of the way so that I can use the ruffles to kind of frame the sign. So let's see how this works out. Right about here. So we'll just do a couple light twists. Make sure we have it where we want it to be.
I'd love to see this type of wreath get sold or bought by like a Los Rios ranch, like a tree farm, like an apple tree farm, or a place that does
Yeah.
really big berries.
Or just a farmer's market, just someone who sells fresh products.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would be a great thing to put at a farmer's market if you were someone who sells fruit and sells blueberries.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get it through my mesh because we're going a little lower than we normally do and a little more towards the right, because you can see here's my pipe cleaners now that are under the sign, just like this one is here. So again, there is our sign, here is our bow, and I might be pulling this one back a little bit just so it still is not covering. Just like so. What do you guys think so far? Do you like the bow placement? Yay, nay?
Yeah. It is funny how it always gravitates to that same spot, because if you try it on other locations, it just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't, and you saw how I was like spinning it around, and I'm like, it's just not going there. And I was thinking about pulling it, like putting it right over the center, but then it completely covers the word farmers. Completely. All right, let's add the rest of our outside bows and tails. These are all cut to 13 inches. So we're gonna do these two colors to play off of our blue and green. So I'm just gonna alternate these.
Yep. Faith, same thing. She says I always seem to place circular signs in the center because of this reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why sometimes, I mean, the 12-inch signs are great, so you can easily put them on a 14-inch wreath frame, but, and this is what I've been noticing, is if you go with a 10-inch or 8-inch round, you have some more options of moving that on these wreaths, because I don't want to go any bigger, because then we start pushing ourselves to the elevated shipping rates, and we can't afford any additional shipping. Customers don't want to pay for shipping. I'm trying to find these. So I'm not going to be putting half bows in all of them. Some of these are actually going to have blueberries in them. So we're just kind of pulling our burlap out from underneath. Like I'm looking for specific pieces, specifically this one right here.
She just said, yep, love the whole thing. The greens and blues look great together. I just said, yes, it looks good.
It's odd. Like I said, these are you either have to opt out with no bow, and then it just makes your wreath look weird. Like it's almost unfinished. Because I'm going back and looking at a watermelon wreath that I did, I think it's 2 years ago. It needs something more. Trying to get my pipe cleaners.
Oh, and it said, oh, I forgot I received my box of Christmas mesh. And love them all. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so excited to get into making Christmas again. Or fall. Just fall will be nice, even though we're just barely, not even hitting summer here now. I'm already like, I need fall. So I'm trying to get, these are the ones that are a little bit more underneath. So I'm already thinking, because these are sitting so far to the right, these will probably, like this blue will probably be one that has the clusters of blueberries right here, because it's a little too hard to put a half bow under there. Although they would look better on this, but then the leaves would match the greens too much.
What I kind of like about the blue gingham, like blue or the red, it always just reminds you of a picnic.
It does.
Being outdoors at a picnic, having fun.
And blueberries are just, I mean, I think
Yeah.
of blueberry cream pie, just blueberries, period. They're just,
How many gals out there have gone blueberry picking?
we did blueberry picking in Oregon,
We
huh?
did, yeah, we sure did.
We did that on a family vacation. Did not even realize it was blueberry season, and driving down the road and you see one of those "you pick blueberry" signs. So we stopped and let our kids get out and pick some blueberries.
Yeah. I think Kevin was only like 6.
Yeah,
Kevin was 11.
it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have places out here that we can pick blueberries from. Strawberries, raspberries, and that's about it, and apples. That's all we have in California. I think blueberries probably are colder climate, maybe?
I think so.
Like they don't grow well where it gets fairly warm.
Hi, Mary. Mary said hi from Phoenix.
Hi Mary, how is it in Phoenix today? Is it hot? We've had a break in the hot weather, so it's been nice. We've had some really nice weather in California. The last,
Like 70s.
yesterday and today. Yeah, it's been mid to high 70s. So it's been a pleasure. It's like it would be great if it was like this all summer long.
There were some many moons ago. Yeah, us too. Just a guess. Used to pick them in the wild when I was young in New Jersey.
See?
Eat them right off the bush.
New Jersey. Yeah, 'cause March was supposed to be strawberry season. And our stores, well, probably because of COVID, we really didn't go and get strawberries this year. So many of the festivals were all canceled. We'll be reflipping that as we get back around to it. So a couple more. And when I saw this ribbon, this was an automatic. It's blueberry ribbon.
Mary said hi for sure. But she said I got my box for the doggy wreath. So excited to make it.
You're gonna have a
Awesome.
lot of, you're gonna have a lot of options, and you're gonna have a lot of leftovers. So you'll probably be able to get 2 or 3 good-sized wreaths out of that box, if not, maybe more. So
Yeah.
here's the thing: you can go to like Dollar General or Dollar Tree and get some cute little dog toys and add those for your embellishments. Those would be cute to put on your dog wreaths.
Wilhelmine said finally had a sunny day for the first time in 2 weeks.
Where are you at, Wilhelmine? I'm trying to think.
I think she's North Carolina, isn't she?
Are you North Carolina? Or Virginia? Some beautiful state on the East Coast. I always think that like places like West Virginia, parts of North Carolina would be beautiful. Okay.
She is in Virginia.
She is in Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah.
But it's nice there.
Oh, Patricia said, cute idea. I will do that. Go to,
Yeah.
like Dollar Tree or
Go to the Dollar
General.
Tree. That was my first thing. I was like, oh, I could go and get a couple things at the Dollar Tree, like, I don't know, dog balls.
Squeeze toys. something
Yeah,
like that.
squeezy toys or something in there. So, and I usually try to find a way to stick them in there so that the owner can take them out if they want to turn them into dog toys.
Mhm.
Okay, so, this is still covering up my market. Now we'll go ahead and add in a couple. I only did half as many half bows, so I just did the royal blue and then this gingham to kind of pair opposite of each other's. So I'm gonna do like, I know for sure I want blueberries. I think here, here, and here is where I want to kind of put the blueberries. So down here, down to the side, and up here. Because I have a couple clusters that we can put in. So that being said, I'm going to try to skip those locations. And these are the half bow, are the ones that you bring together. These are 16-inch pieces with the dovetails already in. I bring them to where you got about 2 inches from your pinch to the point, and then those will fit in here just like this, and then we'll give them a couple twists because we're pretty much done with that side right here. Cut them off, and then I tuck the pipe cleaner behind the bow, and then go ahead and open that up so that it just kind of complements that green a little bit, ties everything into the outside. So this one's going to be okay because we're going to do here and there. So I'm going to kind of play around with the spacing, skipping those points. 1, 2. And turn that. Because I think we needed to pop the blue to the bottom. I think it needs to be up here too. So here, what if we do it here, 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 no, here, here, and then here. Let's do it that way. So this one, we're gonna have blue too. I'll leave this one, even though this one's a kind of a tough spot. Let's see if we can get it in there. Let's see what it looks like before I cut the pipe cleaner off. Open. I think it still works. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one off. Just like that. There's that one. I'm looking at these. I'm like, I think they're gonna look better on blue than on the green. Although, we'll break them up. So, green here, blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. So typing them in here.
Pat, the 2.5 inch bows are 14 inches. And
These are
an
16.
inch and a half are 16.
These are 13?
Oh, the 2.5 inch are 13, sorry.
Yeah,
2.5 inch are
and
13 and an inch and a half are 16.
yeah. Okay. I feel like we have to have some music playing in the background. It's like so quiet. Like so quiet here. Church mouse quiet. That's what we called it last night.
Mm-hmm. And Kat will put out the list for everything later, so you'll have everything.
Yeah, the blueberry picks came from Shinoda. Don't know if you can still find them online there, but I'll put the item number for them. There's 2 different kinds, so I might incorporate a couple different ones. There we go. And then we're back under here. So up underneath. There's so many different ways you could have gone with this. You could have done it all in tan or white or darker blue, or you could have done it in mesh green, like a moss green for the base, and just popped all the blues in.
I think that matches perfect.
These colors, I just picked from the sign. So there's this, and I think I have to cut one more. of the blue. So under here, oh, one more of the blue and one more of the green. This is why some people say, well, can we do like a co-create? You put out materials lists and everybody goes and orders them and then we all make it. There's a couple reasons why I don't do that. Is one, I generally don't know what the design's going to look like until we create it. Because even now I'm still changing design plans, design colors. And then what that does do, because someone asked if we could do wreath of the month kits, but let's say for example we had 50 people all buy the same kit. Then you have 50 people all trying to sell that exact same wreath. And that just, it doesn't bode well for you as a seller, because then you're competing with 49 other people to try to sell your wreath before they sell theirs.
It becomes a pricing war.
Yeah, it really does.
You'd rather have stuff that's nobody else has.
Yeah, or just a variation, you know, just a one-off, like you could totally go different colors on this and come up with a similar looking wreath, but not be exact. And that's why I don't repeat my wreath designs at all, because A, it's boring for me. I hate remaking the same thing. It's just boring. I like making new stuff. It's like how God created us all to be individuals and different. Same thing here. The wreaths are meant to be individual and different. So I'm just measuring these out to 16, so I came up too short when I was doing the math in this. So I'm doing a cheat for my dovetails. I just fold the end over the other side so I can do them both at the same time, instead of one and then the other, to dovetail the ends. And then I will go ahead and we'll cut the pipe cleaners off on the ones that we're going to add our picks to. That way they're not in the way. And I have my glue skillet on. See, that one's like, here's another one of those where it's just enough, but why take up space? That's a lot of space to take up in a ribbon rack, right? All the way at the same time. Okay, so let's undo these so we can put our picks in there. We're going to put one here and over here. And those will be nice because you should be able to see them when looking at the wreath from the front. There's that one. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Sometimes it's hard finding your ends. There we go. Because we want that to frame. Okay, where's this one? It's right here. I'm just trying to gather this one and bring some of the edges up. Take this one off. Okay, so there's that. I think one design I want to try is just doing a bow with nothing but solids, so no patterns, no prints. So look for that coming. Just something different. Because normally we always see lots of patterns and colors. Get this one. Unstuck. There we go. So we can actually see your sign. Okay, so picks. This is the blueberry pick that Steve picked out, and I like it because it actually has leaves with it. This is from Shinoda, and this is a 25-inch blueberry spray. And these were actually like powder coated, but it looked like they were dusty, so I actually took them and I rinsed them off in the sink and dried them to get a more purpley color. And then there was these ones which have the ends the way that a blueberry should look. So it's almost like those, what is it, like a pomegranate end?
Kind of, yeah.
That's what these have in it. So we might do a mix of both of those. So I'm going to separate my picks. So we're going to do 3 of them. Let's try not to use the one with the price tag in it. See if we can not do that one.
They even look and feel
Yeah,
very
they're like
realistic.
squishy. Squishy squishies. So that one will get cut down more. Same thing here. But we want to definitely incorporate the blueberry feel in this design.
That's one really nice thing about Shinoda is they have that one whole fruit and berry aisle.
Yeah, there's one whole aisle in Shinoda where literally anything you could think of in regards to a fruit or a vegetable
Corn,
is there.
avocados.
Yeah, tomatoes, cabbages,
Yeah, pears,
eggs.
peaches.
They have like the fake breads, which would be super cute for a wreath too.
Like a bakery, yeah.
Yeah, like baked fresh daily.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to incorporate something like that, and then we need to cut this one down a bit more. Let's see, I might, because this one's got a lot of white to it. So let's go ahead, let's take this off, and let's incorporate this one over there. Because that's kind of giving me my little triangle. I didn't have to put 3 clumps in, but I think that that makes for a really nice touch. Let's see. There's a couple on here that I don't like that are white. But here's how you take care of that problem. You just kind of cut them off. Maybe we'll put a small cluster. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we put one inside the bow or no in the bow?
What do you guys think? Let us know, yes in the bow or no.
Should we do bow? I'm thinking no
You
for
wanna
some
bring them a
reason.
little closer so you can see?
Yeah, let me move these over. Move this over. So, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gail said, okay, Kat, we need to remake the watermelon and my strawberry wreaths. And
I know. Well, and yeah, I'll show you the new strawberry sign I had. Look.
Jesse said no.
No, I'm thinking no too.
Patricia said yes. Shelley said no.
See, out, in, out,
Cheryl said no in bow.
in. Yeah, because I'm thinking it just makes it look too square. There's that.
Yeah. Kathy said no.
See? Okay,
Gail
well,
said no berries in bow.
no berries in bow.
Sylvia said no. Okay, the no's have it.
Okay, so I'm just going to take my
Thank you, Gail.
picks. I'm going to go
Thank you for
right
joining Kat's poll.
into my skillet with lots of glue. And I'm just going to take this and tuck this right into my deco mesh. And because deco mesh has that webbing, when you add glue to anything like this, it's just going to really grab onto all those fibers. So that's going to be the clump for here. We'll cut this one down just a bit more. Hold all these back so they stay out of our glue, because you really want to get a good glob on there. And I'm going to go right in here and then just feather my leaves out, just like that. Same thing here. I'm going to go look ahead of time. Where do I want those? Probably right there. So big glob of glue. Trying to get it to where it won't fall off. And right inside. Just fan these out. And I think we are done. Just that simple. I'm looking right now to keep some of my wreath prices a little lower. What I think people are doing is they're kind of gravitating. They want something, but they don't want to spend a lot of money in it. So with that being said, not to say that your products are not well worth the price, but for this time, for this economy, I think you ought to look at bringing some of your costs down to give all consumers the opportunity to have something in their home from you. So does that show well?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So keep your price points a little lower. Especially in your shop, make a wide variety of different sizes. Put different products in that you might offer. I'm going to start doing some smaller wreaths. With that being said, if you go smaller wreaths, you're going to need smaller signs. You can't do a 12-inch sign on a 10-inch form. That's just not gonna, it won't come out right as far as dimensions go. So let me show you the signs that we got from Personally Yours. So she does have something on her site that says something like if you purchase 8 or purchase 10, you either get like a 10% or 15% off. Go ahead. So these are some of the signs I got. So there's this one. But first, coffee. Why? I bought coffee ribbon because I finally found coffee ribbon now. And I have a lot of people who are coffee lovers. So this would go great in their kitchen. So we will be doing a design on this. I wanted to do a peacock wreath forever. So what I had been seeing is peacocks with words or a white background around it. And really what I wanted was the peacock with nothing. No words, no background. So that I can extend out the colors and then add in pops of peacock ribbon and peacock feathers. Yeah. So this one's going to be forthcoming. Now that I found the sign, now I need to get the peacock feathers. So once I find a good source for that, I know Michael's carries them, but they're like 3 for, I don't know, 20 bucks. And I think I could probably find them a lot cheaper, either online, eBay, or Etsy. This is going to be my new strawberry wreath. So this is, I think these are the 8-inch rounds. Yes. So see the size comparison with an 8-inch round? You can keep that at the center of your wreath and still have a big bow. You can put another bow down here with a smaller sign and go a little bit wild. But this one's really pretty. It has bees and butterflies in it because it's perfect because it's summertime. Oh, and a ladybug. And then because people didn't like the tiki on my tiki wreath, they said you need a sign. Of course, these colors don't go with the color that we used, but I am going to be doing one that's more purple and blue. So this will be the sign for that wreath when we get around to it. Then I got the farmhouse because chickens are big. I don't know why, but chickens are huge. So for the farmhouse wreaths, having chicken, then you can do your bobbed wire ribbon. There's a ton of this hexagon barbed wire print ribbon out in black, red, and beige. So we'll be doing another one of those. These are all my everyday ones. And then here's a purple welcome one with, I think these are lilacs is what I want to say, and purple butterflies.
Those are what, 6 by 12?
These are 6 by 10. This is the ideal size. I wouldn't go any bigger than this. And I'll show you why. I'll show you why I went with 8 by 12 and why that doesn't work. It could work on some designs, but not most. So there's your 6 by 10. That's where I would stay. And then she has these signs called limited edition signs, and they work for every different season and every different type of landscape. But this is the coastal one. So I like this because it has the lighthouse, the Adirondack chair, the seagulls. It's just a really nice scene. And this is an 8 by 12. So this is fine done on a vertical because look at that would go good with that color mesh too. That would look really good for the welcome wreath. But I like it because it had welcome. But she has a whole bunch of them that are just backgrounds, no words. So we'll be doing this one. And now we're moving into Halloween. So here's the Halloween trick or treat. I like things that are very vintage looking, very farmhouse. So this could be used for fall without the scary fall stuff or scary Halloween. 6 by 10. And then here is the welcome for the pumpkins. So this would look great on a grapevine with pumpkins, fall leaves, pine cones. Trying to think of what else. You could do the wheat pieces. So again, 8-inch round. And see, this is that horizontal. This looks giant. This is an 8 by 12 on horizontal. So this seems a little big and a little bold to put on a wreath at some point. I look at this and I just go, wow, this just is like huge, big. So that's why I'm saying if you're going to do a horizontal, I would go no more than 10 inches. Unless it's shrunk.
Yeah. 6 by 10, yeah.
Yeah, more than 8 inches. It just starts to look a little big. So here's another one. This is Pumpkin Patch Farms. Same thing. Stuff for the fall, but you can put up from, after September on. And then here's another one of the limited edition signs. This is snowman fishing, mountain cabin kind of thing with reindeer, cardinal, geese, blue jays, rabbits. So these are super cute. So I like these designs without any words or background type of stuff. These ones I will be reordering, but all smaller. So here's St. Nick's Bakery. Those gingerbread wreaths did really well for me last year. This just looks too big for me. It needs to be a bit smaller so I can add a lot more embellishments like gingerbread houses or gingerbread men. So yes.
And these are from Personally Yours, right?
These are all from Personally Yours. And then there's this one, the 5-cent candy canes, the Crinkle Candy Company. Again, it's a nice sign. I like the layout. It just seems a little too big. So I'm going to go back and order these in 6 by 10. And then these will be Christmas designs. But that's all I have for you. But I just thought that you'd want to see some signs going into our season, because once we roll into July, you have the Christmas in July, you're going to start to get people who are going to start to shop for their Christmas, because they know, especially if they're in my shop, they know if I post a wreath, that's going to be the only one. So if it's one they really, really, really want, they need to buy that one because there is not going to be another. So it's just something I do. So they're going to want to buy early.
The gal said loved the wreath. It was stunning, beautiful.
Thank you. Business class tomorrow. I'm still working on that. So I'm still toying with a couple ideas. I haven't exactly solidified it, but it will be tomorrow in the same Facebook group at 5 o'clock tomorrow for the business class. We might be talking about the preparations you need to start making now to prepare for, hopefully, praying about it, that this will be a better end to 2020 than the 2020 year started off with. Let's pray that COVID is no longer a threat, that we're not going to have a resurgence of those cases popping up, September, October, because if so, it's gonna really put a damper on things. So we're gonna pray that God kind of makes that go away and it doesn't come back. And I think that's it. I'll go ahead and get the materials list up to you guys tonight, and I will see you tomorrow if you guys don't have any questions. No questions?
Nope, I just did just another amazing live. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you guys have ideas for something you'd like to see, go ahead and post it on the page and say, hey, what do you think about doing a wreath tutorial on this? And then we can go ahead and look into what we need to do to make that happen, like ordering materials or making sure I have enough ribbon for that particular design.
Yep.
Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks again for tuning in on Sunday. Hope you guys all stay safe out there, and I will talk to you tomorrow night. Goodbye, everyone.